Joining us now is Nikhil Nas from Dubai. Nikhil, over to you.
Thanks a lot. We are coming to you live from Dubai, and even as I speak, firecrackers are going up in the air celebrating India's victory in the Asia Cup. Remember, this is India's 9th title at the Asia Cup. They are by far the most successful team of the tournament, and the cherry on top is the fact that they've beaten Pakistan in the final, not once in fact in this tournament. 3 times they've beaten Pakistan. Joining me is Mr. Sunil Gavaskar. Sahi bhai, I'll have to say, even though I'm very happy and very relieved at the moment that India has won, I was chewing my nails. But my heart rate was probably at the highest. How was it for you throughout the game?
It was at its peak. It looked like, the heart was going to burst any time, because what we saw in the first 3, dismissals was hard to understand, hard to comprehend. Because it was not a big target. You were not chasing 190, 200, where you needed to look to score off just about every delivery. What you needed was really to get a nice solid start, not necessarily a 60 or a 50 in the first 6 overs, but you needed maybe even a 35-40, even a 35 for 1. That's what you needed. You didn't need 20 for 3, because that is what opened the door for Pakistan. That is what got everybody nervous. And I think, again over here, if the bowling's been very good and the bowler has got you out, then it's another matter.
Yeah.
But here, when batters get themselves out looking to play shots which were not required at that stage, that does cause little consternation as well as a fair bit of nervousness.
Just as I'm talking with Mr. Gavaskar, the chants of Chak De India can very well be heard right outside the stadium, because Ace was a close encounter. For the very first time in this tournament, India huffed and puffed to a victory. Yes, versus Sri Lanka it became close, but then that was an inconsequential game. This was the all-important final. So I'll break the game down a little later, but first, if you just look at the game as objectively as possible, you'd have to say that this was worthy of a final, at least the game that we got.
Yes, at the end of the day, actually, in a final, limited overs final, any game that goes into the final over, in the last over of the game, then it becomes a very good game, because it becomes a tight game. But look, hey, who wants a tight game? You just want to win, which is comfortable. As far as India is concerned, always want to win, which is comfortable. Everybody is relaxed, chilling. Okay, the odd wicket goes. That's what you want. But then, that said, full marks to Tilak Verma for the way he kept his cool, for the way he batted, looking to take the singles, occasional, 6. But even when he went for the loft-pitch shot, it was a very calculated, properly executed shot. So not just, blind just going and, trying to sort of, hit the ball because, I have to hit the ball. Yeah.
Why did you think that happened? Because you're talking about those situations that actually put India into trouble, some of those shots that were played. Was it also the slow nature of pitch that you had to change your batting style?
Nothing. You just decided that, see, in this format of the game and in the 50 overs format of the game, there is a lot of premeditated cricket that is played. Understandably so, because you want to, look to attack the bowler. So sometimes, you're anticipating a certain delivery, so you look to play that shot mentally. You're saying, this is the shot I'm going to play. But if the ball is in that slot, it comes out. If the ball is not in the slot, then it doesn't. So, so that is what happened, and that's where we lost those 3 wickets. And it certainly put a little scare. I'm pretty certain in the change room, the Indian players must have been nervous. I know they had batting depth. They had Akshar Patel, who didn't get to bat. So, you could in that sense say that yes, it was a comfortable win, but a comfortable win would really be if the match had been finished in the 18th or the 19th over.
I'm also getting to ears, because there are pictures being shown on the screen right now from across the country. Our reporters are sending a lot of pictures. What I can hear in my ear is Bharat Mata Ki. That is what is happening. Just put this particular win into context. I know it's an Asia Cup, it's not an ICC tournament. India has won much bigger trophies, but in the context of what was happening, the build-up, we saw a few celebrations here and there, not only previously but in this game as well. How important was it for India to win this title?
Well, it was important, not tournament. It was important tournament, yes. I think that's what The purpose of entering an event is that to go on to win the tournament. But I think the greater thing was about beating Pakistan. And that is what they've done. Not once, not twice, they've done it 3 times. And while the first 2 were, a walk in the park, this one was a little bit where you had to huff and puff. But I think this is where the Indian team showed its character, like they showed their character 2 days ago against Sri Lanka. The way they came back and got the match tied so that it went into a super over. The way the bowlers came back. But this is I think a tournament. We will talk about Abhishek Sharma obviously.
Yes.
Because of the fantastic starts there to get. But I think this tournament really belonged to the Indian bowlers, to the Indian spinners in particular. Kuldeep, Varun Chakravarti and Akshar Patel. Akshar got more overs to bowl in this game because Hardik Pandya was not there. But this tournament has been won by our bowlers more than anything else.
Okay, that's a very interesting take by Mr. Gavaskar. Let's now break this game down. Firstly, was there any stage during this game where you thought, okay, game is gone? 20 for 3 you're sitting at. Was that the stage? You've just lost Shubman Gill, or you had faith that this batting lineup?
We have batting depth, and we saw that even Akshar Patel didn't get to bat. So there
Rinku also one delivery.
Yeah, so there wasn't any fear that but you never know in this game of cricket. Sometimes nerves can get the better of you. Sometimes you because of the pressure of 2 dot balls. See, this is the thing in this T20 format. You play 2 dot balls. Any batter is looking to get out of jail, and the get out of jail shot is only a 6. They're not even thinking. This is just a complete situation. Okay. They're not even thinking, let me play along the ground or play it slightly, chip it over a fielder for a boundary. They are only thinking 2 dot balls, 3 dot balls. It has to be a 6. And with the bats that they have today, and the boundaries being brought in, you connect fine. But if you don't connect, it goes up in the air and you're gone.
Knock of the match, of course, is to Tilak, 69 not out. Is it the knock of the tournament, I'm thinking? Because of the context, the situation, where it was, would you say?
I mean...
Abhishek has played a few good knocks, yes.
To be honest, I didn't see all the matches, but Abhishek has batted.
Okay, let's just put it down to India. India,
because Pathun Nissank has
had a knock.
Brilliant innings the other day. But from an Indian point of view, you could say that, yes, I think the knocks that Abhishek played, and today Tilak Verma's knock, I think they were the best in the tournament.
Because you said that certain Indian batters needed to adjust today depending on the kind of target that you were chasing. What is it, and a very interesting point that you make, that upping the net run rate does not always mean that you have to be whacking the ball, right?
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
What is it that Tilak Verma did today from which the other batters can learn to bat in this situation?
He made every ball count for something. He was knocking it for singles. You see at the start, he was knocking it for singles, running between the wickets, getting the circulation going in the legs. When you come into bat, the legs can be a little bit stiff if you're sitting in the change room for a while. And so I think just getting those singles, getting the circulation in the legs helps your footwork as well. So that is what he did. And what happens with the left-hand, right-hand combination at the crease, when you keep taking singles, the opposition captain has to look at changing the field. The bowler has to look at changing his line and length. That eventually helps both the batters.
Okay, still can hear the dhols being played all across India. Now, the one thing that you said before this game started, be careful about your fielding. It has to be top-notch. Today, no drop catches, some good catches taken, good ground fielding. I saw multiple occasions where 4 was also stopped, whether in the infield, outfield. That was the difference, because in Pakistan's case, they dropped a couple of catches.
Yes. Look, good fielding has always been something which adds to your bowlers. It adds an edge it adds a sharpness to your bowling attack, because you're making it difficult for the batters to get easy runs, whether it is singles or whether it is cutting off a boundary in the deep or just restricting it to 2. So those things make a difference, and I think today India's fielding was top notch. Something that we've come to expect over the last couple of years. What we've seen is, they were moving so quickly to the ball. They were attacking the ball. They were, when the catches that were taken, they were looking to sort of get to the ball and get hold of it. So all in all, I think maybe they were a little bit casual in the previous game, But this time around, they gave it everything, and that was a delight to see, a real delight to see that.
As does often happen, you batters hog all the limelight. That will happen. Now, even though you've given credit to the bowlers, I completely agree. But because Tilak has played that match-winning knock, that will be spoken in the next few days to come. In fact, dare I say, even for next few months as well as years to come. But I take you back to that Pakistan innings. They are sitting pretty on 113 for 1 with 9 wickets in hand, and from there they collapsed, losing 9 wickets for just 33 runs. Do you think that's where the game turned?
Of course, yes, definitely. At one stage, when they were just 1 wicket down, I think they were 90 for 1. It looked like in the next 10 overs, they could easily get another 10 runs and over, get another 100 runs and get to 190 or 200. That looked an eminent possibility. So those wickets that were taken, Kuldeep got 3 wickets in an over, but the big wickets were taken by Varun Chakravarti. He got both the top scorers. He got Farhan, who got 57, and Zaman, who got 46. All the others were single-digit scores. I mean, but these two were the ones who laid the foundation for Pakistan. Unfortunately, it looked like the foundation, the cement was adulterated.
Okay. Adulterated cement, be wary of that, don't do that. Looking at India's performance overall in this tournament, still, I know they got a bit of a scare, still the only team that's undefeated in the tournament so far. Fair to say that they are of course world champions in the format, but also the best team in the world right now. Look at that record. I think now it stands at 36-3, 36 wins, 3 losses.
Yeah. Very much the best team in the game, in the T20 format, the best team in the game, no question about it, absolutely.
Okay, we've got Mr. Gavaskar with us, still a little bit more to come with him, but let's also listen in to the heroes. We got Rinku Singh, Varun Chakravarti, all of them are being spoken to by the broadcaster, so let's quickly listen into them.